Hi, this is part two of a video I did on female energy um, for 2026. And I did that first video on the 28th of December 2025. So to continue, I want to talk more about Renee Nicole Good because in that video, I had said that there would be either positive or really negative news about a female, and it happened. So, to fully understand or understand how the system works, because we are in a system, we need to read it as a mathematician would, in numbers, as well, of course, in name meanings. Otherwise, you won't be able to grasp fully how this thing works, how the script works. So, if an event that is broadcast worldwide happens, say, on the eighth day of a month, you need to know what energies eight means, both its positive and negative aspects, and then you will get a better understanding of why this event occurred, and what the controllers hope to achieve having it happen on this particular energetic day and time. So, of course, as I've repeated many times, you need to read the name meaning and also the age of the person to get a broader understanding. Now, this death, believe it or not, was planned in advance. She met her death at the age of 37, and we'll talk about the significance of this age number in part three. Our world is being run by powerful magicians. They use alchemy, symbolism, numerology, and astrology to manipulate the world, and so on. So, if you imagine each year is a gate that opens to new energies, for that is what it is. At this gate, we have the guardians of the woman's energy guarding it, and only all that is good and positive is allowed to come through this gate in 2026. Only all that is motherly, grandmotherly, and so on can come through this gate. Okay, but the beasts have other plans. Now they waited not on the first or for the first or the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth or the sixth day, but on the seventh day to eliminate a female with the name of Good. Her first name is Renee and means reborn or to be born again. So the beast that took her out, the overlord is responsible. And remember, we don't know who are behind those masks. Should I say the word? Because some words you're not allowed to say. A and ends with S. The dark magicians, and I don't really like using the word dark here, but just for easiness, for understanding, because we all know when we say dark um, magicians, what we means, right? What is meant. So, because dark is not bad, but here you go. Anyway, the dark magicians were saying with the deletion of this woman who was carrying these specific codes in her name, that the good will not be reborn, because Renee means to be reborn or born again. So, do you understand how serious this is? I'm Diana Armstrong, and thank you for staying with me. Now, thank goodness that there are many more Renees in this world that carry these codes, or other people with different names that mean the same thing. Otherwise, we'd be up that creek without a paddle for sure. Her second name, Nicole, means victorious or people of victory. Getting the picture? The dark magicians are saying no rebirth of good and no victory for the people. And of course, her family name is Good, and this doesn't need further explanation. So, at this gate guarded by female warriors, shall we call them, or female guardians, or warrior guardians, like Xena Warrior Princess in the TV series, that kind of female energy. And on the seventh day, I'll talk more about seven in part three, but on the seventh day, these female energies were taken out through the symbolism of Renee Nicole Good, literally killed off. And when anyone is shot in the head, it is an outright, no questions asked, ASSA, and you know what I mean. At this female gate, the good has been taken out, and the ability to be reborn and the ability to be victorious has been taken out. So do you understand how deeply, deeply serious and dangerous this situation is? Now, this gate is left empty, and anyone now or anything can come through. Anything not good, because the good has been eliminated. Before I go any further, we on earth as women will have to project ourselves into this position at this gate to stop the evil that is now pouring through. We can do this. We must do this. We need to mentally plug this gap, this hole, this empty position, and become warrior guardians ourselves. And millions of us need to do it and keep doing it, because, for goodness sake, the beast chose a woman with the name meaning reborn. So, as I said, they killed off the energy of reborn, being rebirthed, and saying that there's no goodness, that there will be no goodness to be reborn. Okay. Now, the year 2026. 26 is the main template for the year 2026. The first two numbers in this year are generic, the 20 or the 2 and the 0, and will be for the next almost 1,000 years. But the last two digits, 26, is a template of what will happen in it. In this year of the woman, it will always be a template in time. So, as of course, with all the other last two digits of any year. Sorry, but when I'm doing these videos, I get a lot of interference. So if you hear me repeat or pause, you know that I'm just kind of like trying to deal with it, because it's like listening to two different phone conversations at the same time. I get a lot of interference that actually stop me from doing what I'm doing. So it's really hard to kind of sift through what the beasts are talking about on one side and trying to stop me from doing this and actually giving you this information, but I will continue. So, however, the female energy will not come around again in its fullest like this year, 2026, until, my goodness, the year 2062. Right? So that's a good 30 something years. 26. Anyway, it's 30 odd years, okay? So I think 36, I'm not sure, but yeah, 30, over 30 years. So if the situation with this woman's death doesn't tell you that these events are scripted, that are following a metaphysical play, I don't know what will. The six here in this year, or the six rather, anywhere you see it, is representative of the woman, the female, and she has been dethroned by the male for eons, burned as witches, always relegated to a lower position in society. Even her name, when she marries, she is supposed to drop her own name and take on that of her husband's. Her original identity, her name identity, one that she was born with, part of who she is gone in an instant, erased by a pen in a few minutes, a few moments. And also, the two, by the way, carries female energy. Now, because six being female means female energy, when the church says 666 is the mark of the beast or the devil, of course, this is targeting the female, as six represents that female energy. So if you have a triple six, it would represent her as a triple goddess. However, six really represents the carbon compound representing life. Six electrons, six protons, six neutrons. Your demonized 666. If you read the beast, this word beast as life instead, then 666 is the number of life on this earth, and life starts through the womb of the mother. Women in the Christian Bible has been blamed for the original sin and fall of all mankind, humankind, and even a baby is born a sinner. As it arrives out of the mother's womb, it is branded as such by the church. Six is about the fertility of the body and also about growth and regeneration and so much more. Half of 26, as in the sheer number, is 13, and 13 means regeneration and rebirth, a really deep number. 13 also deals with lunar months, of menstruation and so on. Now, I don't want to get, stray too far away from the main point, but this story, this sad story, the latest attack of the beast that's sorry, my train of thought, the beast that's sorry, the latest attack of the good on this particular day of the 7th. My gosh, I just don't even know where to start with how deep it is. But as I said, it's about the killing of the good. The woman was deliberately targeted because of her name, because of the message her name carries, the codes in her names. I've said so many times that we live in a universe where each individual is a beacon of power on their own name, without a name, as a human being, as a spiritual being, a spiritual being in flesh. We are so powerful, but when we take on a name and we carry those codes of a name, it gives you a specific type of power, and also your date of birth. So anyway, we are metaphysical beings first and physical beings second, much like our physical body or shadow. This is how the systems run. I think I'm rambling slightly. Let me just get back on track. Oh my gosh, the influence is coming in strong and powerful, but just continue, Diana, continue. We are all unique signals or symbols. The power we carry is through our name and day of birth and month and year of birth here on earth. The beasts know everything about us. Just imagine that we are in like a war, right? And we have like, various weapons on our body, okay, to fight the opposition, to fight the good fight. Those weapons are our names and our birthday numbers. Okay. Now, as I said, the beasts know everything about us, when and where and what time we were born. This information is used against us at the time of their choosing to carry out their deeds against us. This is to either gain power for themselves and or cut off a particular point of energy that the particular person is carrying via their name and numbers, numbers of their birthday, those codes, and also the age that the fatal or near fatal event happened to them. So As I was saying on my first video that I did on the 20th of December 2025, for the year 2026 being of all female energy, and to look out for some really good news or really bad news regarding the woman. Well, but let's look at why they, the system, chose her to be the sacrificial lamb. I think I just repeated a little bit of what I said before, but the year is about the softer energies of our nature, where it involves the power of the mother and the child. It's all about nurturing and caring, self love, and love for others in all its positive aspects. And had this event not happened to this woman, all those energies would have come in and flooded the planet worldwide and wiped out people's desire to have wars and, and to like have all the lower vibrations such as jealousy and hate and envy and so on and so on. So it was the year for all females across the entire earth to rise and shine and give some amazing motherly tenderness to the planet, an energy that is desperately needed. And what happened? Just 7 sacred days into the year, and as I said, I'll talk more about seven in part 3, and also her age, the age she was when she passed. A woman, a mother, was brutally deleted by mass thugs who called themselves law enforcement. Now, the message of the beast was to eliminate the good. That is symbolically, it was meant to eliminate the good, but not only in America, but across the entire earth. Good is a generic term. It doesn't just mean for America because the event took place in America, but it does mean, though, that America has sealed her fate with the deletion of this woman, and awful things are going to really start happening in America pretty soon. And we're going to have events by the earth is going to react more earthquakes, more horrible, devastating earthquakes, tsunamis, goodness knows what. Because that mother energy has been attacked so badly. The karmic retributions for America will be severe. They have used an organization who calls themselves ICE, and ICE is frozen water. Okay? Do you hear what I'm saying? So if I was in America, I would learn to swim. Okay. Now we as a collective worldwide need to stand up for this woman's memory. We can still have a chance if we do this. We can fight by saying what they did was wrong, and by putting in some good back into our environment by proxy. Though the potential horror that has been unleashed by the beast system with the killing of this woman is not to be taken lightly. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Without the good, we are, of course, at the mercy of evil. Even if you are scared to speak out against this killing, you can quietly, in your own home, send some love and light towards this woman's soul and her memory, as well as into the ethers around our earth. And this act would greatly enhance the power and protection of the energy of good. But enough of us have to do it, and do it now, and continue to do it. As protection for yourself before even stepping foot out of your door each day, surround yourself with the most powerful protection that you can. It will go a long way in keeping you out of harm's way and thwarting any plans by the beast that they have deliberately created for you without you even knowing it. I mean, you may be planning to go out to get some bread and milk, on an ordinary, simple, everyday thing, and you think you will take that back home and have a nice cup of tea and toast, and then afterwards do some washing or vacuuming or whatever other daily chores, maybe pick up the children from school, later, all these plans you have in your head, but they never get done because that may be the last time that you left your front door with breath in your body, or because you are going outside of your home on a very important, energetic day that's personal to you. So you might not even know that this is, a really like powerful, energetic day, but the controllers do. So somehow you go out on this particular day, right? And rewind a bit. When you go out, in fact, any day that you go out, if you don't know, like when your energies peak, right? Because you have highs and lows and peaks and so on, throughout the years. Okay, so the best thing is to just protect yourself every day, and by as I said, like performing some kind of protective ritual literally before you step out. And say for example, that you know what to say, some say for example, okay, you have a schedule, you've got children at school, and you go to pick these children up at a particular time, or a child. The system knows this, they know this, and they can create situations where things happen to you because they know where you're going to be at a specific time. Now I think I've got a lot more to say about this, but I what I'll do is I'm gonna sign off here because I've got a good 5-10 minutes more, I think. But I'll sign off because the interference is just too strong. So I hope that you get something from this, and also because the months of February and June are also female energy, we need to right now project some real positive and powerful energies into these months also, just in case there are other takedown of women um, at these times. But I'm going to have to leave it here now, and get back to you in part three with the days, the numbers of her year of birth, and how important that was, and the day that she was cancelled out from this earth, the 7th day of January. So with that, I'll say thank you for listening. I'm so sorry about all the interference, but it goes with the job. Okay, take care, Diana.